singing along. I even do the instrumental part. All right.
I know you're not in love when you actually do the 808 area code.
It's not an area.
Well, I know, but when she changes it to 661 or 312, I know who she's in love with that day. When you say 808, you're just on your own.
Yeah, I know. That's me. That means just me and my cat,
Me
Dan.
and the hot cat.
Me and my hot cat. Although I'll tell you later. But remind me to tell you about my girlfriend and I. We have a bet.
About your cat?
No, we have a really fun game that we're gonna play. I think it's gonna be fun. I don't know.
All right, I will remind you.
Remind me. It's about boys. Boys.
Boys.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
So you had a bet with this woman. You asked her out,
Yeah.
and she said, "I don't really want to go out with you because you're not attractive."
Right. Pretty much.
And she said, "But I will have sex with you if you make the first call of the day."
That is correct. She loves you both, and she listens to you every morning on her drive to work. So figured it was worth a shot. And
Where do I get the deal? Ugly women that'll have sex with ugly guys for a phone call. I'm in.
I know.
I know. That's why I said I got to take this opportunity right now. Otherwise, it's probably never going to happen again. So
You talk like John Wayne.
I do.
He does?
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
It's fine. It's absolutely.
It worked for John Wayne.
Yes, it did, but he had some other attributes too. Yeah.
Right.
I
Hey.
just want to let you both know you're going to heaven for this. I can tell you that.
No,
right now.
you're going to heaven for this.
Well, I have something to tell you. I being a woman, I think she was kidding.
No.
Yeah, I think, Chris, that she was kidding. It was like a joke, huh?
I hope not.
I think it is.
If you're not absolutely positive, then she was kidding. If you'll give her any out.
She was very, very positive about telling me this. So it was.
Well, I think we should call her.
I don't think she's kidding. I definitely don't.
I've just never heard of a woman that won't go out with a guy because he's not attractive, but she'll have sex with him. We're missing something here. Like this is a joke or something.
No, this is something she wanted. We've all agreed that we use sex to get something we want. She wanted him to be first call of the day. It's not a great goal.
No, she didn't want him to. She said, "I dare you," blah blah blah. But I'm a woman, and if I won't go out with you, I won't have sex with you.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
You just told us the other day you've had sex with people you found totally unattractive.
Right, because not because they got something out of it first call of the day. She's not getting anything out of this.
That's not necessarily true. Her goals are just different from yours.
All right, I'm not going to argue this because it's not even worth my time at all.
Or it was just a bet. It's just you got to find out if she's willing to abide by the rules of her wager. I think we should call her.
All right. Well, I feel like there's something missing in this whole thing. No, I mean like something weird, like it's all a lie or something. Because, it just doesn't make sense. There's a key thing missing. I don't know what it is. You with me, Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure this guy's making it up.
Yeah, I think
Is that what you think, that he's making it up? See, normally I'm the first one to say, I got a sick baby. Can I have concert tickets? Liar. I think in some way he's got a wager, but possibly you're right, not with the girl for sex. Just can I get on?
Yeah. Anyway, all right. When we come back, I can't figure out if this is a little place that I want to go of can't get it out of your mind, or what are the chances of that? Because it really hits both, and it's another plane accident, but this time it slices through a car. Have you ever seen The Price is Right, where you have to get both ends of the car?
No, I can safely tell you I've never seen The Price is Right.
Really?
Really.
I
hate it. I've seen Pyramid. I've never seen that guy, the older.
Yeah?
Never seen him.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No, I know.
I've never had a Big Mac.
Right.
So,
We are like un-American, man.
All right, we have somebody who also was almost hit by an aircraft.
Really?
So they say. Oh, by the way, that guy was a liar.
He was?
Yeah.
We worked that out?
Yeah, because he wouldn't give us her phone number.
Okay, well, that's the first time I have been hoodwinked.
Hoodwinker?
That I'm aware of, anyway. Maybe I've been successfully hoodwinked and never knew.
Maybe so, daddy boy. Anyway, here's Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Jamie. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, fine. Hey, I was coming back from Europe about 5 years ago, and I had the same experience. We had two planes fly right by each other.
It's creepy, isn't it?
Oh, I freaked out for like 9 hours on the plane. And then when we landed at LAX, I asked the pilot, I go, is that natural for two planes to be that close together? He just smiled at me and said, have a nice day.
Oh.
the total.
That's a
the,
no.
That's the captain version of bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear, I can tell you what the people were eating on the other plane. We were so close.
Oh, yeah, I know the exact same thing. And then thank God for, Eric, imagine now you had a news story about it.
Oh, yeah.
In print.
I wish I did because I was sitting next to my brother-in-law, and I told him about it. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Exactly. That's what Trista did to me. She totally like, yeah, pat, Jamie. And now I have a news article in front of me suitable for framing.
Right. When you first said it, I thought, I live 4.2 miles from here. It's not close. But then when you go, hey, 800 miles an hour, that's a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it happened so fast, You're just like, this couldn't have just happened.
Yeah, it was totally creepy.
Oh, it was crazy, man.
I know, Eric, but you don't have a news article. Ha ha.
Oh.
Speaking of planes, and here is my little, I don't know, do I call it a segment?
I don't know yet.
Can't get this out of your mind, or what are the chances of that? I think it's a little bit of both. First of all, there was this guy, a Grand Junction guy, and his son. They were flying to California to visit some relatives in California. Hello, hi. I'll be the girl telling the story poorly. Anyway, they took off at about 5:10, and they lost power, I guess. Here's actually what it says. It says the plane lost power, lost altitude, and flames began shooting out of the wings. He said he was plummeting at 75 miles per hour and had to decide quickly where he would land the plane. The only option was a freeway. So he hit a truck, and then the plane finally landed down on a blue Dodge Caravan. It was during rush hour. No, this gets sad.
I realize that, but until it does, that's interesting, a blue Caravan.
It says the propeller cut through the minivan's left rear door and severed an 11-year-old girl's leg.
Okay, that's not as sad as I was going, actually. That's pardon the expression, step in the right direction from where I was thinking.
A pediatric orthopedic surgeon. Oh, remember when I was married to one of those? Except for he did adults. Said it was a miracle that she didn't fare worse. Her leg was holding on by a few muscle fibers.
Yikes.
Yeah. So they've I guess tried to reattach it or something. They don't think it's gonna last or whatever.
Now, what part of this is the can't get it out of your mind? Is it you being stuck with that image, or is it the girl being stuck with that image?
It's actually the mom.
The mom.
The mom is being treated for severe shock.
Ah, okay.
Because she basically watched her little girl's leg being severed by a
by an
propeller.
airplane dropping from the sky.
Yeah, I mean, what are the chances of that, A, and then B, absolutely positively cannot get that out of your mind. I mean, that's my guess.
I'm looking for a story I have this morning that is fairly similar and terribly sad. A woman was on the way to the hospital to deliver her baby when she didn't make it. So the husband gets out of the car and delivers the baby for her safe and sound.
Oh, that's nice.
In the car. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Then drives off to get her to the hospital, crashes and dies.
Oh. Who does?
The dad. The mom gets out of the car and flags down a motorist who finds the baby not breathing but high point, resuscitates the baby.
Okay, so the dad delivers the kid in the car.
Yes.
Ew. Then he's freaked out, like, oh my God, we have this kid. We gotta get to the
hospital.
All right, so then they hit something.
I just ran off the road.
And he dies. New dad.
Dies.
That's crazy.
Wife flags down a car and the baby is not breathing, but the guy she flagged down gave CPR to the baby and it's recovering in the hospital.
Okay, what are the chances of that, or I'll never get that out of my mind?
That's probably a chances.
Oh, I don't know. I think that lady with her feet up holding on a brand new baby, that's got to be a tough. Oh, man, there's a lot of these, but they're so sad usually.
Well, I know, but it's Friday.
And this is a story a couple of days old, though. But remember the other day that woman crashed off a freeway ledge, and she lived for 2 days and then died. But her 11-year-old daughter or younger? 5-year-old daughter.
Yeah, really young.
Lived for 6 days, 4 days with the dead mom in the car, and lived on Gatorade and dry noodles.
Yeah. That's not good.
This is a bad game.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
But we all have those situations of like, what are the chances of that? Or, all of us have those weird mind things that you never can get out of your mind ever, never, ever,
Yep.
ever.
I told you this before. I watched a gypsy cab run into a group of people on purpose.
Oh.
And I'll never shake that.
But here's one that you go, well, now, why? I don't know. This one doesn't even fit. This just one goes into, not only is it sad what happened to this guy, but it's sad how it happened. This is like the most humiliating thing that could ever happen to you. This guy, right? He's married. He and his wife, they've been married for like, I don't know, 13 years or something.
Right.
And, he loves her and stuff. So they go to bed and they give each other those little, butthole kisses or whatever I call them. They're not real good ones. They're not like a blah, blah, blah. I love you. It's just, yeah. So they go to bed. Next thing you know, oh my God, he sees her and she sleepwalks, right? And so he just, usually I guess she sleepwalks around the house and then gets back in bed.
Right.
But he heard the door close.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
Bad.
you're right. So it's awful. So he's like, uh-oh. So he looks for her outside, can't find her anywhere. And he couldn't believe she got, that far that quick. So he calls the police. And they put out this full-on search for the sleepwalker. It's on every news channel,
Right.
looking for a sleepwalker, don't know where she is. She could have, woken up somewhere, doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, she was at her girlfriend's house. She decided to leave her husband.
Oh. No, see, that's a good one.
No, that's humiliation.
Humiliation, but there's no 11-year-old with a severed leg at the end. There's just some spaz whose wife left him.
But like that? Couldn't you find a better way to do it?
I like it. Because maybe she was like thinking, what if I don't really like leaving? I'll say I was sleepwalking.
God, that is such a bad way of doing it, though. It is amazing to me.
Yeah, but these days people are faxing their breakups and emailing their breakups.
I'm against the emailing your breakup. But they've been married 13 years. Come on, you can give the person a little more respect than that.
That's just about the amount of time Gretchen and I have been married. If she decides to leave me, I fully expect a note. I also fully expect her to eventually leave.
I understand a letter. Like, I would get a 5-page letter or something like that because it's too hard to look the person in the eye and tell them. So you write them this really long, intense, amazing, I love you, sorry, blah, blah, letter. But sleepwalking, come on. Or I'm going to the store and then you never come back. Because why it's humiliating is they put out a full-out search for you. The newspapers,
How did you have that no idea, How do you have no idea your wife's unhappy enough to leave? That you call all of the police department to say she must be sleepwalking. She'd never leave me.
I don't think my husband thought I was going to leave him.
We did.
No, I really mean that. I think that you don't really know because you don't think it's going to happen. And some people are really good at faking a life.
When you were only married a month, I know you went out with him for years and years and years, but when you were only married a month and left the state, you don't think he thought, hey, maybe this isn't going to go well for me? Wow.
Because we were seeing each other every weekend. It was really great. We were having fun. And,
See, I'm for that.
Because it was new and exciting. We were flying back and forth from L.A. to Colorado. And, oh, my God. And then, the company, did it right and gave us first-class tickets. And we'd never flown first class. And we were like, oh, my God, we're so cool. And then we had the Red Carpet Club and limos and all that stuff. So we were, into it. And then it got old, and then you're living at the airport, and then you don't even care about a limo. You're like, I don't even want to be picked up.
Right. See, I can't imagine that.
I'd see that car come down the drive in Castle Rock. I'd be like, I don't even want to get in that limo. You're just I just want to stay here. But anyway, I have my cat now.
You still got the cops looking for you.
Jack and I might be retarded.
Why?
Because he and I just relived our favorite Price is Right games.
I was here for that, and it really did, in fact, make me nervous. More for Jack than for you, and I don't know why. Well, probably a gender thing, but Jack was doing the... what really bothers me is that Bob talks all through the yodeling.
Oh, don't get me started. I have so many... How about the fact that now they're trying to hip up Prices Right by getting younger audience, like college members, but yet they still give away the ceramic dog and the Broyhill bedroom set that nobody knows who.
Who knows it's Broyhill?
I watch it every day.
Scaring me.
My demise in game shows, if you will, and I've mentioned this, is when they stopped letting them shop on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
They had everything had the price tags, and they'd be like, I want the...
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, the brass dog for $200.
Was that Wheel of Fortune?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, they stopped letting them go
and
shopping.
That thing would turn.
Right. I'll take the rest on a gift certificate.
Yes! Thank you, Jack.
Wow. You're bringing a lot to the table today.
I know, but they just took away the shopping. I think it took too much time or something. Because people are like, they're just looking at all the items like, I'm like, take the trip. It's in the back. You probably don't see it.
Go to Hawaii. You don't need a garden gnome.
I know, because you're afraid they didn't see everything because they like had it all stacked up. But
I want to play, but I've just never been that vested.
I know. But you're missing, a part of I don't know, pop culture, I think, because the
Yeah.
Blinko chip gets stuck and it drives me.
See, the yodeler, I understand,
The
and I think
Blinko
we
chip?
played tape. I don't know what a Blinko chip is.
It gets stuck. It's behind like plastic, but they make it look like glass.
Oh, is that the thing you drop and you try and stop it on a prize?
No, there's
No.
little slots and there's money values in each. And a couple
It's
zeros.
like skeet ball,
Yeah.
but
or-
only horizontally.
Or,
No, vertically.
yeah.
It's skeet ball
Is it-
vertically.
Is it
Okay.
pachinko? That game
Yeah.
with the little metal balls and it
Uh-huh.
falls down in the bottom. It's
Oh,
kind of
I
like
that game.
Yeah.
And also, Jack likes the putting game, which I don't really care for because they make such a big deal about, what's his name? Bob golfing and like,
I
and
thought you said petting.
No, putting. He
Now,
has like a
there's
putting
game show I'd watch.
He has this putting game, and then he makes what's her name, Diane, hold his mic.
Right.
While he putts.
And then the big wheel
Yeah.
for that you spin to try and get $1. It's too heavy for the old ladies,
Yeah.
and it can't.
Sometimes
can't
they
get
fall
around.
down though. That makes me happy.
Yeah, that is cool.
And they look like they're gonna break their arm. I'm like, oh, that is great. But my favorite, Jack, I have to say, is the punch game. You punch those little pieces of paper, and then and I'm always fearful there'll be a snake in there.
Yeah, you know what? I have actually seen that part.
But don't forget, you have to know how much the denture cream is first to get the ability to punch in there. Because they have random things you have to get the price right on. It'll be stuff like, how do I know how much the denture cream is?
Now, is that still a huge part of the game of The Price is Right, getting the price
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it sounds like everything's yodeling,
No,
spinning,
no,
and
no. Those are
punching.
like the bonuses like that you get to do. Like you get so many punches based on how many denture creams you get right.
Right, and for the yodeler, you guess how much the denture cream is, and how far off you are is how far he moves.
Right. Yeah. Jack told me the other day there was a bad player.
This lady was an idiot. It was like, I don't even remember, it was like a steamer or something, like a rice steamer. And she said it was like $90. And the first thing just went right off there.
Well, sometimes you don't know because you don't know if they're buying them like at Macy's where it's
Right.
affordable or if they're buying the steamer at Tiffany's.
I don't think
Right,
it was
but
Tiffany's.
rice cookers are expensive, man.
And they're all over the place from Target to
Right.
Neiman Marcus rice crookers. Ow, this hurts. And I don't know why, but I am loving this moment. And I'm sure that B-Rad and Angela and all our bosses are like, we pay them money for them to recap Prices Right.
That's so funny. We're all so paranoid because I'm thinking that B-Rad and Angela are going, why doesn't he know anything about this popular game show?
The
No,
show's-
you're good.
The show's been on 35
Okay,
years or something.
all right, you're right.
It's,
You know what? You're
Excuse
right.
me. Have I not made it clear that my time is valuable?
No, I know. I'm just saying that it's part of us,
Ah.
pop culture.
But it really irritates me when they both go over at the end at the Showcase Showdown.
That happened yesterday.
It did?
Yeah, you can figure out how much a Jeep Wrangler and a trip to
See,
Brazil
but
are.
I don't know.
All right, let me go for a Jeep Wrangler. No, let me go for a trip to Brazil. How long do you get to stay?
Well, that's
oh
the
my
thing.
God.
And
you
you
have
don't.
to listen to the thing. I don't remember all this.
Yeah, but you don't know like what. I mean, hotels.
Well, when you watch the show, they explain it. Do I look like Rod Roddy's ghost? I don't know
No,
all
you
the
look
facts.
like a
don't
guy
know-
who stays home and watches soap operas and game shows.
Yeah,
Right.
that is you.
Well, it is.
And you wore the shirt that said "World's Best Dad" the other day.
Yeah.
But we don't know if they bought the trip on Expedia or we don't know if they bought it like through that travel agent that Robert uses to charge your
Oh,
company
my
way
God.
too much
Okay, now I'm with B-Rad and Angela.
and gets perks for though.
Right.
So that's great. By the way, just a little inside joke. You know how some of you people work with people that get perks while you're like, hey. We have
What are
those.
they like?
Hey. Anyway, I think before we got into the Price is Right Memorial Hour.
Yeah, and it was fascinating and worth every moment.
Well, it was the Hour of Power,
Yes,
and
it
I have the
was.
sound effects, so it was like a whole thing.
It was awesome,
Yeah.
well produced. I just wish I could have participated more.
Well, you kind of acted like you did, so that was good.
Okay.
Yeah, except for I'm kind of over the big name tags that look like prices, because those are over. People don't use them. They need barcodes now.
I think people in the future will all have barcodes.
Instead of big yellow stickers with their name on it that looks like a tag.
Is that what it looks
It's
like?
supposed to be a price tag. Yeah, what?
I think Danny made this segment for me because who else in the world could I explain Price is Right to? Everybody else has seen
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm.
Oh yeah, you like excited.
I'm not down with the homie on this one at all.
But it was fun for us to like tell you because you like seemed excited.
I am excited. Who misses a whole part of life like this?
Okay, off of The Price is Right and back to what we were talking about, which is things that you never get out of your mind, or what are the chances of that? Today in the news, very sad story about a thing that I believe somebody can't get out of their mind. And oddly enough, I guess this thing hasn't happened for 20 years, according to the newspaper. This chick, Lorraine, she'll explain what happened.
Okay.
It's very sad.
Because I am on pins and needles.
It's,
Hello.
Hi, Lorraine.
Uh-huh.
Hi, it's Jamie and Danny. You're on the radio. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So Danny doesn't know what happened. Can you? We were kind of talking about, or what are the chances of that, and things that you can't get out of your mind. So can you tell?
About the dog?
Yeah, will you tell Danny?
Yeah,
what
that's
happened?
all I know is something happened to a dog.
Well, on April Fool's Day, April 1st, a terrible day, at 3 in the morning, there were 2 coyotes in our backyard, and I didn't see them because they were behind a tree, that comes clear to the ground. I always look outside first before I let him out, and I let him out to go to the bathroom.
And what was your doggy's name?
Rusty.
Rusty.
Little Rusty.
And the coyotes got him. And I ran out after him, yelling at him to put him down, and I got about halfway to him, and they turned and ran and took my little dog with them.
Oh, that's awful.
So sad.
Yes, it was really bad.
Oh, did you and Rusty make eye contact?
No. They were back, at the end of our yard, and it was in the one coyote's mouth.
Weren't you kind of afraid? What kind of dog was it, by the way?
It was a little 6-pound poodle.
A 6 pound is kind of big for a coyote to pull away, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's a
know.
poodle.
I
How
don't
much
know
of a
that
fight
much
can they
about
put up?
coyotes.
And so you're kind of brave to go out there and run after them.
Well, I think I was just so upset. I wanted my little dog back,
Right.
And so that was an instinct, I guess. So I just ran toward him, but then they took off with it.
And then I was looking in the paper. It said that you guys live in Greeley, right?
Yes.
Where is Greenlee?
Where is Greeley?
Yeah.
It's 50 miles north of Denver.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place to live.
Because the reason I was wondering because she says coyotes, and out here we
There
say
are
all the letters.
There are coyotes all over town.
Yeah.
And they've taken other dogs, too.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what, though? I mean, that's the thing is, like, when you live in the kind of in the forest and, don't you guys have a buttload of trees there?
No, we only have a few in the back between our yard and business. And I think they're just around hunting. We must have taken over their territory because they've built a lot out west of Greeley here.
Yeah, everywhere.
Now, are you going to hunt these coyotes down and seek vengeance?
I'd really like to, but...
And there's no sign of Rusty, huh?
Oh, no, I'm sure that was their snack,
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure he was filet.
Yeah, something.
He's filet mignon. Like, make him like a better than the snack. He was an entree.
Yeah, we had him for 9 years.
Oh, you did?
He was just like our little one, My husband has Alzheimer's, and that was his little pride and joy.
Now, are you going to replace little Rusty?
No.
Are you going to tell your...
They keep wandering around here, the coyotes do, and I'm afraid they might take another one.
Well, what if you get one a little bit bigger?
Well, someone had told me they had attacked a big dog. And
really?
Yes, he fought against it, and they had to take him to the vet and get him sewn up.
Now, I don't mean to be flippant here at all. I'm being sincere. It just sounds really odd. I'm sorry your dog was eaten, and I'm sorry that your husband has Alzheimer's, but why would you tell your husband that he ever had a dog?
Well, he's not that bad. He knows he had a dog, and he talks about him every once in a while. He must dream about him because he tells me, in the mornings that he saw Rusty walking to the bed. He used to sleep with us.
Yeah, because that's the thing is, like when you have, and not to say that your husband's like a child, but when you have a child, you can replace that fish, and the kid doesn't know it's been replaced. But maybe you can get another little Rusty, and he won't know.
Well, he wants another dog.
I think you should get him another dog. He has Alzheimer's.
Well, what happens if I let the dog out and another coyote gets him?
You get another dog.
Yeah, you just keep doing this. It's called the circle of life.
Yeah, it's the food chain.
Well, I think it's probably just too soon since this happened. It's something I'll have to think about.
Yeah, and maybe, I don't know. I guess you can't let the dog go inside, but maybe you can let him out only when it's light or something. Or keep him on a leash when you take him outside.
Yeah.
That's a big pain in the butt.
Or carry a gun.
Oh, little Rusty's in a happy place, I'm sure.
Well, I hope so. But,
Yeah.
I just see
Well,
him
he was
everywhere.
kind of getting mad because his owner didn't know his name anymore. See, so maybe there's like an upside.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find anything for
Yeah,
you.
you're going for a ray of sunshine
I'm
there.
trying to find anything, Lorraine. I swear, because I feel so bad for you.
Well, I feel really bad too, but I guess maybe time will help take care of it.
Maybe your husband will like fish or a gerbil.
Oh, I don't know.
You almost never have to let the fish out for a walk.
That's true.
And those gerbils are fun. They go in that little circle over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And you're like, why don't you stop, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yet they're still fat.
that's true.
Yeah.
They're running from their past. They're tortured little animals.
All right. Well, Lorraine, you hold on because we're going to send you something from the radio ranch, okay?
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
well,
you.
are welcome, and thanks for playing along with us, okay?
Uh-huh.
Not playing along, but, telling us the story.
Yes.
Okay, hold on, Lorraine.
That's one of those ones you'll never get out of your head, though.
Never
Right
get
there.
out of your mind.
Unless, of course, you're her husband.
Oh, no, that is just rude. Can you pick up the phone, please?
No, I believe that's true. We talked to her about it.
I know, but can you pick up the hotline? Thank you. That way she doesn't hear any of the
No, I mean, that'd be actually, that's that whole movie with Jim Carrey.
Oh, the one I saw.
Yeah, you'd zap painful memories right out of your head.
Yeah, but it's weird because I've tried to do that by getting rid of everything. And
Right.
I'll be goddamn if something doesn't pop up again.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
In your case, it's usually the actual person.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, I guess we'll get back together again. Anyway, just kidding. What was I going to tell you? It seemed important. Oh, yeah. And then it also goes along with what are the chances of that? The officer right there said that Rusty's death is the first he's heard of in 20 years.
Really?
It seems like it's happened.
Didn't we just hear that? Cat Stench saw one yesterday.
This officer is. I said most I've heard of in 20 years. I bet he said it like that, too. I don't know. His name
Like
is.
he was out of breath?
Yeah. No, like it was like that.
Okay.
His name is Larry.
Officer Larry?
Yes. Hasn't seen one of these in 20 years. I'm guessing that's what he talks like. I don't know.
We're gonna
I
find
would
out.
think a dog getting attacked by a coyote happens all the time. Now, if it was a dingo taking your baby,
See,
I
I
could
was
see
thinking-
maybe once every 20
I was
years.
trying.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and make her feel better with the dingo took my baby thing,
Uh-huh.
but that's rude.
Maybe Rusty.
Hi, this is Larry at the Division of Wildlife. Leave me a message. I'll get back with you as quick as possible.
His name is Larry.
If it's a wildlife
Isn't she-
emergency, call
I
State
said that,
Patrol, 303-239-4501, and they'll get the message to the on-call officer.
If it's a
For routine
wildlife
wildlife
emergency.
questions, call the Division of Wildlife, 970
Oh, Jesus, Larry.
4300.
I don't have this kind of
If you
time.
want to leave a message, you'll have 1 minute on my machine. Thanks.
Wow. Hey, Lair! It's Jamie and Danny. How are you? Hey, we were just calling you about this coyote attack on little Rusty.
And I'd also like to hear what kind of wildlife emergencies call in.
I bet they do. I bet
sure.
she probably used.
Right. No, I'm curious as
Better give him a number, you'll leave a minute.
Oh, call us back at 1-877-487-9999. That
We'd
is
really like to talk to you. That's our emergency line, by the way.
1-877-487-9999.
If you get attacked by a grizzly, that's the number to call.
I haven't seen one of those in 20 years. He didn't sound like that kind of guy.
I know we live in LA, man, and we've seen it.
Yeah, they're in my backyard.
Yeah, they're in my backyard.
Well, they were, and then I moved.
They're gonna eat Sid. I know they're gonna eat Sid.
That dog won't die, Danny.
But,
yeah,
almost
some of
hit by
these-
a plane.
Some of these we're not going to take.
Oh, I like them all.
No, you should probably look a little closer.
Price is right.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
The price is right.
The Price is Right calls, yeah. It is a lovely Friday morning. There's all kinds of stuff in the news. And not only that, we forgot. We even said that we were going to do it. The Bob White Comedy
We
Extra.
always do it.
I know. And then, I don't know, I just got all caught up in Price is Right talk. And then I got caught up in this is my airplane.
I forget that it's later there because I heard you call your father from the other room and he wasn't around.
Yeah.
I was thinking, we're a couple of minutes late. Big deal, but it's much later there. The guy's got to start his day.
Yeah, well, he's got things to do.
Yeah.
Fish must be caught.
catch and release in Greece.
And then I got caught up in the two airplanes that almost hit each other, and I was on one. And then Stench said, because I showed Stench all proudly. By the way, what I'm talking about is the other day I was talking about how I was on this airplane, and I look out, and there's another airplane like right by us, and it was so scary. And I yelled, "Oh my God, it shouldn't be that close!" And then y'all were like, "Yeah, pat, Jamie, you're retarded." Well, then I get the newspaper. It says 2 commercial jets flew within 4.2 miles of each other at the same altitude during a power outage at the LA airport this week. And then I told Stench, I go, "Look, I even have the newspaper article to prove it." And then he said, "You're making a story about you."
I do that all the time.
That really pissed me off because I even have the proof.
No, it's that syndrome that we talk about on this show. You're making it about you, and it wasn't. It wasn't your flight.
It is proof. How do you know?
Oh, because the outage was during the week.
No, it was on a weekend. You're just, I hate you. I'm all proud of it. I was
All right,
gloating.
now what day does that say? Does it say what day that happened?
It doesn't say what day it happened. No, it just says over the weekend.
No, you were flying the day of the power outage.
Shut up, Jack!
Actually, it says the power failure Monday.
Right, you were.
I was flying on Monday. It was,
Right.
it was me. It was me. I wasn't making the story about me. Big word I can't say.
Good for you. Some
Look
restraint.
at that. Roy's going to like me now, huh?
No, but good for you.
How you like me now? All right. So anyway, and we also have coming up Kim Delaney. Now she is in that new movie. Earthquake 10.
10.5.
And yeah, what?
And another one that's on Lifetime on Monday called Infidelity. She's got a lot going on.
Wow.
And she was at
Earthquakes?
Bob Saget's, is it Scleroderma
Yeah, I think so.
Foundation? She bought a trip to Vegas for 50 of her friends on a private
she
jet.
bought that
I
one?
think that's who it
Wow.
was.
That was
But
cool.
it could have been Dana Delaney.
Yeah, well. Anyway, but the thing is she's going to be on the big show, and Jack was pointing out that NBC now is running a lot of earthquake stories, a lot of them. And I have to give him credit. I mean, that's an amazing marketing genius,
Yeah.
whoever is over there, because I was saying to Jack, I mean, it worked. Here's how well this worked. Jack, look at all the earthquake stories, and oh my God, it's like all this breaking news is that, we're ready for a big one and blah, blah, blah. And then I look over at the NBC building, and there's a huge banner. It says 10.5 coming soon.
Right.
It's an amazing thing, but on the other hand, there are some other stories that the other news agencies report on, which there is supposed to be a big one coming.
Yeah, by September 5th.
Yeah, yeah, by the opening of the.
No, swear to God, that's
okay.
exactly what it says in the paper. That this guy said he accurately predicted an earthquake in Japan and like Ecuador or something. And he said it's coming by September 5th, a 6.4.
This guy predicted the Central California one we had just 3 or 4 months ago.
He did?
Yes.
Is that
So
the
did
same guy?
Spivey.
Same guy. Oh, shut up.
No, he didn't.
We should call Spivey and see if they're right.
I'm worried. I don't like this earthquake crap. Crap. Yeah, I don't like it.
No, I know you don't.
But isn't it May 2nd it's coming out? Is that the
Yeah, May 2nd is 10.5.
Are you
Now-
guys going to watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
I don't want
And if anybody can manufacture an earthquake, it's the special effects department of a major studio.
Yeah.
They could definitely dynamite the fault or something.
I know buildings fall into other buildings.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I'll be fine.
How do you know? Oh, yeah, we
'Cause
can't
I'm
kill
always
you.
fine. Now, I know you said that some of these calls we're not going to take, so it's hard for me to gauge which ones you meant.
Well, it doesn't even matter. I can't even tell you on here. So, but Jack will be excited about this one. Oh, Jack, turn up the music.
You were fascinated with Jack's wants and desires today.
No, just with the Price is Right.
Ah,
Yeah, Gail.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
How's everybody doing today?
We're good.
It's Friday. We're excited.
It is Friday.
Yay, we're so happy.
Yes, we are. Go ahead, Gail. What were you calling about?
Okay, now, you're talking about The Price is Right. Do you remember, it must be before Bob Barker had his sexual harassment training, but back in the day when the contestant rose, somebody got the actual price, a bell would go off, and Bob would get this creepy smile on his face, and he would call the contestant up. If they got the price just right on the money, they would have to reach down into his suit pocket
Oh, that's
and
right.
pull out the
$100 bill out of his pants.
Oh, it was creepy.
wow.
Oh, that's right. He'd stand there like You had to
can
reach
hear
into
'em.
my pocket.
Yeah.
And it was only with women.
Yeah, we used to do that on the radio in Chicago, and we knew we were being creepy. That was the point.
Oh, that is
But with
funny.
Bob Barker, can you imagine?
Oh my God, he made you reach into his pocket.
Oh.
Oh, that's funny, Gail. Thanks for the phone call.
Wow.
Yeah, you did.
That's disgusting.
That is wrong. Anyway, we were talking about 10.5 or whatever the new movie coming up here and shortly is Kim Delaney, and she also has a new show on Lifetime called what's it called? Infidelity. By the way, where I was just a second ago, I was logging on to AOL, and have you seen the new Britney Spears video?
Which one?
I don't know the name of it because it said look at Britney's new video, and it's about her heartbreak.
Oh, is this the one where she kills herself?
Oh, I don't know. Does she?
Yeah, there's a big issue about this, that she commits suicide in either her latest video or her next video. And at first she canceled it because people told her, you're a role model.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of depressed teens out there, angst-ridden teens, that could kill themselves. And so she took it out, but then she put it back in. So she kills herself in her latest and or next video.
Well, it's crazy because the whole thing is done at the Palm.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
George
cool.
must be very happy.
George must be
It's
very
a very sad little song that Britney. She's going through a little breakup, a little heartache. You know what's weird is when you see people like that you assume have it all.
Right.
She has money, she has looks, she's
Super rich.
she's super rich, she's super famous, but yet miserable.
Miserable. I don't think the expression money can't buy happiness is as true as real money, big money, almost guarantees some sort of heartache.
I think that actually true love guarantees happiness.
Yeah?
I think that's what it is. I think that true love equals happiness.
I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think you can be butt poor. You can be dirt poor, and if you have true love, you ultimately will have it's happiness. But I think she's sad over Justin. That's just mine.
Me too.
Although the guy in the video looks like that. What's that bad boy that she dated for a little bit?
Bad boy.
Colin
Farrell?
Yeah, it looks a little bit like him in
He
the
should
video.
do something about the unibrow.
Yes, he should do a lot of things about a lot of stuff.
Yes, he should.
Here is John. Hi, John.
Hi.
Hi.
I know that earlier in the show we were talking about things you can't get out of your mind, and you'd like to share one with the class.
Yeah, when you're talking about it, just brought it straight back to my mind. About 20 years ago, I was backstage at this little, kind of like a Las Vegas show,
Uh-huh.
and I heard this little commotion on the other side of the dressing area, and I looked over there and saw a bunch of the showgirls gathered around, and they were sort of moving around, and there was one of the girls was screaming or something. So I started walking over there, and as I walked over there, the group just sort of parted a little bit, and I could see one of the showgirls bent over, and she was trying to stuff her colon back into herself. It had come out. And we found out later that she had some sort of disease or something that, I don't know if it's tendons or whatever that holds all that stuff in, but they had degraded
Some
it in her
muscle.
body, and they were trying to broomstick pushing it back in, and their fingers. And
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it happens to women's uteruses,
Yeah.
I guess.
I've
I mean,
heard
I
that.
haven't seen it, but I heard about it.
Yeah, but then
But also, if you go to Las Vegas, they'll cut your kidneys out.
yeah, and then you get into cleaning utensils and stuff. I was thinking,
Actually, though, no, it did happen to Alina's grandma. It did, in fact.
What did?
Her uterus just fell out of her body.
that's awful.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing.
No, it's got to be a bad sign right there.
I mean, it sucks already that, when you get older, and, 60, whatever, you go through that, there 50, 60 menopause, and then the next thing you know, your body parts are falling out of you. That just seems unfair.
That does. Yes,
know?
yes, it does.
My God. All right, well, John, that was, just absolutely lovely.
Gravity takes a terrible toll on people.
Oh, yeah, your skin sags or butt sags. Butt sags. Here's Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
Good. How are you?
We are good.
Driving through Earthquake Valley. Thank you for waking me up to that fact.
I know. I'm telling you, the big one's coming, sister.
Earthquake Valley, huh?
I'm driving through the Antelope Valley right now. I'm going to Lancaster.
The whole West Coast is going to be just knocked out.
Yeah, but Lancaster might actually be beachfront property soon.
That and Eureka, or what's it called, Jack?
Upika.
Ukaipa.
We'll be an island soon.
Yes, I know. It's true. Anyway, what can we do for you?
Well, you were talking about Britney Spears being, unhappy.
Well, that she
Because-
has it all, but yet I
Right.
think my theory is that true love is the ultimate happiness.
Well, that's absolutely true. Because if you're happy and you're in love with somebody, you don't need money. you can basically live in your car and be absolutely happy.
Yeah,
But
if
on
you're
the-
in love with somebody and they're in love with you, it's true. I mean,
You have everything you need.
yeah.
But the flip side of that is nothing can cause you the kind of pain and anguish that love can.
Oh, that is true.
Absolutely.
That is true.
That is the biggest heartache and the biggest pain. I think she feels too much pain because she's very lonely.
I think she's lonely too and
Too much
sad.
money, too much fame is loneliness.
Well, it's a big old cry for help when you marry that one guy.
For 55 hours.
Yeah, that says something. That says a little neediness to me.
Yeah, if you can't keep it together 100 hours, you just weren't meant to be together.
No. Well, I think it was just for publicity.
You do?
Nah, I think she was drunk.
No, I think she was drunk and lonely, and this guy, she's like, well, I could have him here for the rest of my life, blah, blah, blah.
But yeah, I mean, we've known each other for how long, you know?
We've known each other
forever, and
yeah.
whatever. Let's just do it, right?
Well, you know, I have to admit, though, I've gone through that same thought process, and I think a lot of us have. When you break up with somebody or you have your heart broken, you go, well, I wonder what that Travis back from high school is doing.
Well, absolutely. My best friend is a gay, and we made a pact that if we weren't married by the time we were 40, we would marry each other.
I saw that movie.
Does that work? Does anybody ever really
I don't
do that?
know. It'd be really weird. We've been best friends for 16 years, and I just don't think it could. It'd be like my brother.
Some of that crazy crap works. I did what Brittany did 14 years ago.
Well, that's true.
I married
Except
a
for
strange-
she knew him from high school.
Right.
Yeah.
But even she had actually more time than I did. So it can work. The craziness can work out.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, you know, you break up with somebody and then you go and you recycle.
Right.
You go, okay, well, it worked out when I was in high school with this guy, so I wonder what Travis is doing.
Yeah, let's check it out again. Let's see what happens now.
That almost never works.
Actually, that's part of my girlfriend
Because
and
she
I.
was very lonely.
Yeah.
That's
But-
part of your bet.
yeah, it is. Hold on a second. Yeah, we are, my girlfriend and I, we're doing this game. I don't know why, because we're retarded, to see who can pull up the oldest recycle.
Oh, that's a fun game.
And because we're going to the boxing match that's coming up.
The Klitschko?
Yeah, it's like
That's a Klitschko. I couldn't remember.
Well, so we, because there are some perks in this little world, we get ringside seats. Like
What I like to call the splatter
seats.
section. Yeah.
Right. So I have a pair of tickets, and my girlfriend has a pair of tickets in the splatter section. So both of it, we don't want to go to two girls, you know, to the fight. So we both have made this challenge: whoever can pull up the oldest recyclable.
That's really two things. One, that's a girl thing that you got to both bring dates. I'm bringing Mario Lopez.
But how fun though!
But the game itself, who can go for the oldest recycle? That's a great game. That's like better than Dogfight, the movie. Who can bring the ugliest date?
Right.
Who can jump the furthest back? That's good.
Well, and I went through my, thought process. There was a boy that I loved in 8th grade, but he's married now with a couple kids, so I can't do that. But Travis is a potential.
They have to be single, right? It has to at least masquerade as a real date.
Right, absolutely.
Right,
yeah, you can't
right.
if they're married. But most of them are married with kids now.
Right.
Oh, that makes you feel great about yourself. But Travis is a possibility, but I can't find his number.
He moved.
He did?
Remember, we used to call him all the time.
In
then
San
he
Diego.
moved.
Yeah, I know. He's dating somebody. I don't know what the rules are. I didn't ask about the rules if they're dating somebody.
I think there has to be at least a making out session for it to have been a real date.
Okay.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, you can't just because then you can bring anyone. There's
But
got
a
to be proof.
recyclable might get on your nerves.
So you still got to make out with them.
I don't know. It's a fun game. I'm very excited about
It's a great game.
But I might even call upon the SS Michael. Rules are anymore.
What'd you do bad?
That's a whole nothing. Anyway, hey, let's go into superstar mode.
All right.
She has a new movie coming out. Actually, I've been reading this. It looks amazing. It's called Infidelity, and it premieres Monday, April 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern on Lifetime Television. It is Kim Delaney. Hi, Kim.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi, we're good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
We are very excited about this new movie. I was just reading this, and it's finally, well, what happened in my own life, too, is where a woman cheats on her husband.
Right.
Happened in your own life?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm not
tell me how
proud
the
of it.
Performance was.
I mean, but actually, it reads in. I'm reading this thing about this movie. It is true. Something I will never get out of my mind is the amazing feeling and rush I had kissing another man while being married.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's like something you never forget. You'll never forget that feeling.
I remember the first time I kissed a man I wasn't married to. Oh,
Did you get that same kind of
sparks flew, Kim.
All right, so go ahead and tell everybody exactly what this movie, what involves.
That's
It's
pretty much what it is. It's It's based on. It's inspired by the book by the same title, Infidelity, Anne Perlman, and it's 3 generations of. That's the backstory. 3 generations of philandering, whatever you want to call it, cheating. The grandfather, the father, and then the daughter, my character.
Because it says the statistics are that women are now straying from their marriages more than ever, yet it's not something
that's what I heard. The statistics are much higher now.
Yeah, it's now I've heard. Now we get so much information and stats every day to prepare for the show, but the last one I read is that more women are cheating than men now.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what they are, but I know that they're definitely higher. But it's a fun. It's how can I say fun movie?
It's
really
fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, did you see that real fun one, The Burning Bed? I enjoyed that one.
Actually, I know what she's talking about, though. It's fun because the way it reads is that it's really passionate and you get really involved in that excitement of an affair, and you know, and
it's very sexy. And then and then the other side is the journey of trying to, patch your marriage up.
Yeah, that never works.
So it's like emotional and all that kind of stuff, and then.
I don't think the male ego allows you to patch up the marriage.
It'd be very difficult. I know that.
I think that's probably they can't get past it.
Yeah, and whereas women will take back a man, but when a male ego is damaged like that by an affair, I think it's impossible for them to take it back. Yeah. Although I thought something was
this one, if you see it with Kyle Secor plays my husband in this, and he really does. There's that fine line that he dances. It's great.
As far as what? What do you mean?
As far as trying to work it out. Going, I'm not ready yet, coming back, going back. There's a lot of complexity to it.
And, I thought was interesting because I never thought about anything like this, is that the reason why she's having an affair, and you talked about this for a second, is because her past generations have, and the moms have always tolerated it.
Everybody's been in denial and tolerated it, so it's kind of, whether it's learned or genetic or just accepted, whatever that is.
But
it's a new time, though. I'll tell you that. You never saw Mrs. Cleaver, with a wandering eye.
Well, no. And I've talked about this. 2 things that happen when we talked to that one lady who kissed her coworker. Mm-hmm. First of all, I loved the feeling. I thought it was the most amazing, incredible rush, and it's something that I've never been able to duplicate.
Really?
I swear to God, it is when you if you figure out that you are like falling in love with somebody else and you're kissing them and you're having this amazing affair. It's like no other drug. It's like no other rush, and it's crazy because it's so wrong. Mm-hmm. It's so wrong, but it's
that's part of the movie. It's like she keeps doing it even though she knows it's so wrong.
Yeah, and it's that rush, and it's almost like an addiction kind of thing because you're like, I want that feeling. I mean, it's crazy and it's great, and you feel shame because you can't believe how absolutely amazing it is.
Yeah.
But then after that, then there's that low point.
You got to deal with reality.
Right.
The guilt.
Yeah.
Okay, so
everything else in your life.
Yeah.
I've got it right here. It says actually right on this bio about the movie Infidelity, 60% of all women will engage in an extramarital affair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, that's right here in my little hand. Now, Jamie, you said you've done it and there's no rush like it, but I'll bet you wouldn't recommend it.
No, because that was my other point, is that once you do kiss another man or, you have that rush, you can't get that rush with your husband again. So you don't want to know what it's like.
Really?
Yeah, people say that.
Listen to Kim, really?
Well, I'm always the romantic, yeah. So how long were you married? I'll switch the interview around here.
No, but I mean, I guess when people say they try whatever drug, heroin, crack, whatever, that they wish they would have never known that sensation.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with having an affair. You wish that you never had that feeling or that sensation because now it's impossible to kiss your husband.
Never duplicate it. Yeah.
Never, ever, ever. Also, hey, by the way, we wanted to talk to you about that 10.5 movie.
That's a miniseries. It's a 4-hour miniseries for NBC that comes out Sunday and Monday, May 2nd and 3rd.
Right.
It looks really good.
Looks amazing and spooky.
Good. It's really good. The effects are great. The cast was great. And it's not just about the earthquake. It's about, human beings. And after all of this, they actually figure out what's important in their life. Hold on one second while I say goodbye to my son going to school.
Oh, sure. That's sweet.
Do you have your phone with you? Okay, I'll call you.
How times have changed, haven't they? Do you have your cell phone with you?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Do you have your Spider-Man lunchbox?
Yeah.
Is what I was asked.
Yeah.
I know. Tie your shoes.
How old is your son?
Wait, hold on one second. I got to make sure he's got his snacks.
Oh, snacks and a cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The staples.
Now, what kind of snacks do you give your kid?
Call me and hold on. I'll call you and figure out what time. I love you.
Love
Bye,
you
hon.
too.
Bye.
What kind of snacks do we have?
He's pretty healthy. He takes bananas and almonds and a Cliff Bar.
Wow.
How old is he?
He just turned 14.
And he's
Oh.
healthy?
Good for him.
Oh, that's because
Well,
he
he's
likes
into
girls.
Sports and all that stuff.
Yeah, I remember those.
You might want to check those cell phone bills, see who he's calling.
I have, trust me.
All right, well, Miss Kim Delaney, sounds like you're a very busy woman. It's called Infidelity. It premieres Monday, April 19th, 8 p.m. on Lifetime Television, and also the new movie on NBC as well.
10.5.
Yeah. Thank you, Kim.
Oh, it's a pleasure talking with you guys.
You too. See
Very
you later.
Bye, Kim.
Bye. Oh, bye.
She was very sweet.
Yes.
She
yes.
sounded crushed, though, with the you can't repeat that feeling.
You can't.
I know.
Can you read through this story and see if I'm allowed to talk about it on the air? It's about arthritis and having sex, and how the guy is recommending it to kill the pain.
Oh.
Anyway, we have to talk about The Apprentice today. We must talk about The Apprentice today.
Good, because I stayed up till 11 o'clock to watch it and talk about it today.
Yeah, it was awesome, and it won the night with 28 share. That is cool. Anyway, 28 share. That's impossible, isn't it?
No.
Seems like it.
It's more likely, although there'd still be huge ratings, 28 million viewers.
Survivor All-Star beats American Idol. Wow, that's interesting.
That is interesting. I haven't seen one episode of All-Star Survivor.
The Apprentice, however, you did see, and
Damn right I did.
It was such a great show last night. I just love that show so much. I'm so glad it's coming back. Except
Gretchen and I
for
just kept
the
saying
last hour when it became Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
But just because it was live and Donald
you
Trump
see
can't
that
read,
part?
yes.
Well, no, like when they broke open the stage and it became like it was. I swear it was the Saturday Night Live set. It
It
looked
might have
like
been the
it.
Saturday Night Live, although, yeah, it might have been the Saturday Night Live stage for sure.
Yeah, it was just weird, and then he couldn't read, and then it was uncomfortable, and I was like, Donald, look up, don't look at the prompter anymore, and then he was stumbling, and it was.
It's hard because this is radio, but staring straight ahead saying, I would like to wish you the best of luck. You are a great guy. And the guy's right next to you, and you're not looking to your left.
Yeah, it was just really.
That was unbelievable. But I've got to say it was an hour. I got to say that 50 minutes of the hour were excellent TV.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great, and I didn't know who was going to win either.
No, me either, and I was betting on the other
But you
guy.
know what? It was so unfair because they set Kwame up to lose.
Yeah, see, those are my two surprises. You want me to tell you my two surprises? One, and this was you put this in my mind, but after seeing it last night especially, I expected them to out Osama or whatever her name is as some
Omarosa.
as some kind of mole. You know, she was caught lying on stage wearing wigs and stuff like that. I thought Donald Trump was going to say, you know what? Here's the thing, Kwame. Omarosa's been set here to sabotage you. You did a great job. Here's the thing. The other part was I thought that Kwame would then be given whatever job Bill didn't take. That Bill would take the high rise in Chicago.
Oh,
and
you
then
thought
Kwame,
that's why there was
he'd
two?
go, here's a surprise.
Oh.
Kwame, you did such a great job.
didn't
You
know.
get the golf course. No, and I kept insisting until the show was over that was going to happen.
Yeah, it was great, and I just bet they had a good point, and I guess if Kwame wouldn't have picked Omarosa and just been like the wiffle ball, you got the bad wiffle ball player, and she was the last pick, then we could have all felt sorry for him. But he picked her
Right.
early.
Somebody pointed that out. Said, well, you picked her. Why would you pick her?
All right, Jack, you want to play a little something?
Kwame, I think you have an amazing future. You're a brilliant guy, great education, and I have no doubt that you're going to be a big success. But for right now, Bill, you're hired.
He was excited. Yeah. I don't understand. This guy has a not billion, that's not true. He has they said a multi-million-dollar cigar company. Now, why would he try out for this show? I mean, I guess it'd be cool, but also he tried out for The Bachelor.
Right. And Gretchen pointed out from that same comment that he had a multi-million-dollar cigar company that he's probably taking a pay cut.
What's like $250,000?
Right. So he's probably taking a pay cut.
Yeah, I guess it's just for the opportunity. Sometimes you take a pay cut for the opportunity.
Although if you got to jump to the
Right,
very
Jack?
end of the show, I got to go with Sammy as being the interesting ace in the hall.
When he okay, that's number 6, Jack. This is what Danny's talking about.
I've always said it.
line. I'll tell you what, I got a proposition for you in
Go
the
ahead.
Samsonite
Give me money.
briefcase. You're paying Bill here $250,000 to work for you next
Good.
year. I'll pay you $250,000 to
money.
work for you.
Give me that money.
I'm dead serious.
Bring it over.
It's real.
Bring it over. Bring it over. If that's real money, I'll take it.
It's real.
Thank you.
Okay? Is it real? I'll take it. I'll put him to work for $10,000 a year, and that's pretty good.
It's an investment
Come
in
on.
my future.
Give it over here. I might take it. Come on. That looks like the real deal. All right, I'm going to seriously consider that. I've told a lot of people he's a different kind of guy.
I'm not crazy.
And now it's not such a crazy thing he just did, folks.
It's true. It was brilliant.
But you know what? That got a great laugh. He's handing Donald Trump $250,000 in cash, and Trump says, you know, that's not such a crazy thing. Got a huge laugh.
Well, it's not though. It was. I mean, it was pretty amazing because he just wants the opportunity, I guess. So.
Well, also, you know, you got to go for the big move because I kept watching the show, waiting, thinking, who's going to make some kind of big move to be remembered?
Oh, and it was so sad. The girl that was pregnant, she didn't get to finish her sentence. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh, she was like, my and then he went on.
See, I kept thinking that somebody was going to do something like this. Like maybe between even Kwame and Bill, that they're just going to, Donald Trump was going to say something because he kept saying, get the hell out of here, right? That somebody would do this. You know, I don't like your tone, Trump. Yeah. I quit. And that way, it's a $250,000 job, but you'd be the guy everybody was talking about.
You had a lot of daydreaming going on of stuff you wanted to happen yesterday.
I was so involved
Danny
with
wants
this
to tell
show.
us everything that didn't happen.
I was so involved with this show that I kept just, scenarios were flying through my mind.
Danny will tell us now of the next thing he wanted to happen.
I wanted somebody to punch Omarosa in the face.
Yeah, he didn't, actually, but Trump did kind of shut her down.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jack? Jack, number 4.
Omarosa, you've been so controversial. You've been so controversial.
Trump, you start
and
out
I've
with
always
me.
gotten along so well with you, but you really got caught on tape this time. I mean, you were right on camera. You got caught in a couple of beauties. How do you explain that?
Mr. Trump, first of all, let me just say, I need to get this clear first. You suggest hire me, then fire me, rehire me, and then fire me again? It's a little confusing.
Now, look,
I'm trying to keep
you have
up
too
with
many
you.
excuses. Enough with the excuses.
Excuse.
Heidi, what do you think? Tell me. What do you think? Wait a minute, Omarosa, please. What do you think?
Loving that. Loving that. And it's like I said yesterday, that Sam character that called the show. You know, he said, well, she's going to make millions probably, you know, because everybody loves to hate somebody. And she's opinionated, blah, blah, blah. And my point yesterday was, yeah, you know, we all love, what's that, Jim Rome. You know, he bitches about different baseball players and football players and all that stuff. And I love hearing how he, you know, tears people down. But the difference is he's not a liar.
Right.
And that's why people, you know, you still can respect somebody's opinion knowing that they're not an absolute liar.
I think for, excuse me, the next 3 or 4 months, she's going to be the one you see the most of.
I don't know. I think because she's a liar, it ruins all credibility or all excitement about her, or that she's a bitch and opinionated or whatever. That's fine. That's interesting to watch. But when you know that she's an outright liar,
Right. So
it's not,
David Letterman's going to really want to ask her, why are you
because
such a
she's-
liar?
But it's not like it's mental. It's like it's a mental disease. that
Right,
she
but
has.
your favorite part of the show, you said, or one of your favorite parts, when he shuts her down and calls her a liar.
But that's him doing that. I'm liking Donald at that moment, not her. I
Right.
like
But I
him.
think you're going to see other talk show hosts that want the pleasure of calling her a liar.
But here's number well, because I think she just went too far with the line. But that's my opinion. Number 5, Jack.
You know, Erica, probably more than any of the 16 contestants, you suffered. You really suffered. Because charges were made against you that were very, very tough. I mean, how can you respond to it?
Mr. Trump, I would have fired her, and I would have liked it. She's a liar, and I've known that for a long time.
Well, I think you suffered a lot, and
Thank you.
I hope everything's fine. And Omarosa, I hope everything's fine with you
Thanks,
and
Mr.
everybody
Trump.
else.
It will be.
Really, I'm sure it will be, and I
will
hope
be.
so. But you got to straighten out the truth. I mean, in all
yeah,
fairness.
we will.
Okay?
We will.
Oh, that was
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was, yeah.
And Erica is I'll tell you how everything's gonna be okay. She's filed a lawsuit.
Has she?
Yeah, for slander.
Against Omarosa,
Yeah.
Almost Sosa?
So that's how
Awesome.
she's solving her problems.